Welcome to Cuenca. So today I'm going to be walking around the old city of Cuenca in Castilla-La Mancha. And from the first signs, because I got here last night, first signs of it, it's very pretty, old, fortified town, what you would expect. But I'm going to see what else we can find here. I'm staying in an Airbnb because I couldn't find any hotel in the old town at a decent price. But it is on the main road, so it can get a little bit noisy. So the town has one road that goes to the top, and it's not that wide. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the Correos, so it's actually a letterbox. I love the colours of these lime wash buildings. And this ceiling's pretty cool too. This is the main square, and I guess in the summer these bars will be full. Probably a bit early for sangria. And the cathedral. It was built in the 12th century, although the facade was rebuilt in 1902. Let's take a quick look inside. So it's $5.50 for a ticket, but I'm not stopping as I've got the rest of the town to see. I did a bit of research when I got here late last night, so let's see how much I can remember. This is the ruins of a little church. And now it's a park. Federico Muelas. He's a poet. I will go down one of these alleyways at some point, but for now I'm going to head up to the castle. For those who don't want to or can't easily climb up the hill, then there is a pretty frequent bus service going from the lower town. But I prefer to walk. Here's another little square. And of course, a church. Cuenca isn't a big town, the old part at least. It's basically one main road and then there's a few little side streets. So won't take long to explore it all. And depending on your pace, you can probably get it done in a day. Well, that's what I'm planning on doing anyway. Yesterday, I parked my car up behind, at the top of the old town. Because it's the only place with free parking that's near the old town, really. But as I was walking in to the Airbnb, I noticed there was the castle gate. So I'm hoping it's open now, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to have a look. There's not much left of the castle, just basically this wall and the gate. It looks open to me. Clearly someone's decided there should be some seating here and brought their own. And here's where we just came from. You can just about see the eyes of Cuenca. Not sure if that's about right. Let's go through the gate. There's not much room for pedestrians and cars here. We're heading out here because there should be a decent lookout point over the valley. That view is stunning. I've just noticed what looks like they have a zip line going from one side of the valley to the other. From here all the way down to here. Better you than me. What's down there? I'm getting distracted. We can take a small detour. Right, first of all, let's go up to the walls and see what it's like. Oh. It looks like a channel for water. And they also have a little passageway through here. And the water channel carries on going round the corner. It must be the old supply for the town. And the gate. There must be a way down to the valley below. You don't need to stay in the old town like I have, but because it's easier to be in the middle of town with an old house than it is to be right the way down the bottom in a hotel somewhere and have to walk back in, because the walk last night with the shopping, that was tiring. A lot of steps. I'll head down now this way and through the back streets. So I've been quite lucky on this trip with the weather, because it did say when I originally looked there was going to be a chance of rain, and although there's been little scatterings, it hasn't been bad at all. Even now it's not cold. The breeze is cold, but the air temperature itself is quite nice and mild. The lime wash buildings from nearer the centre have been replaced now by these sand coloured stone, which is also pretty, and it does give the impression that these buildings are probably more important and perhaps built better. I've said before, I'm not sure if I've put it in one of the videos, but the reason why I'm making these videos are mainly because I want to improve the way I speak, my confidence, especially like on camera, and also it gives me a good excuse to visit nice places around, travel a bit around Spain. I mean, look at the view here. We will be heading down to the bridge in a moment. And we're back out by the cathedral. Can we get in here, or is it someone's property? Well, that's the entrance to the palace shop, so we must be able to go through here. I think it's the back entrance, so I'm not going to sneak in without a ticket. And here we are at the bridge. The big building at the back is the old monastery, and now it's a Parador, which is one of the state-owned hotels. And the famous hanging balconies of Cuenca. So would you stay on a balcony like that? You can see here just how high up it is. They're doing some work on the old monastery, and I'm not sure if it's going to be too noisy for me to talk. So this bridge was constructed in 1902, but before that there was a 16th century stone bridge that was here until it collapsed. Some 40 metres down there is the river. Well, one of the rivers, because there are actually two. They run either side of the town and meet at the bottom. And another great photo spot. Okay, let's head back across. We're back in the main square now and some of the bars are opened. So I'll give you a little tour of the apartment. Sorry about the mess, I've been here for a day already and everything's all over the place. We've got a nice double bed, breakfast bar and a little kitchen. Also a cosy lounge area with a tiny TV that's too high up to actually use. And the bathroom. I didn't show you the beams, did I? The old wooden beams. The other thing I do need to say about this place is there is a definite slope down towards the head of the bed and the door. So when I first got here, it felt a little bit... I was a bit unbalanced here, and I was... I felt a little bit seasick, if that makes any sense. You know, that unbalanced and everything was off. I couldn't concentrate, but I got used to it in the end. Oh, I forgot to show you the balcony. Outside. So I've just been back to the apartment, had a bit of lunch, recharged the batteries, both figuratively and literally, and now I'm back out to explore the other half of the city, the town. So yeah, this is the science centre behind me. There's a church there, and we also have this side that looks... They all look like churches. Oh, that wind's picking up. There isn't much going on in the square apart from the tower. Come on, let's climb it. That whole square is just there to cover the ruins that are underneath it. But it's not that easy to see in. And there's the other river, which has got a great colour to it. As you can see, the ruins come all the way down here as well. The sun's out and it's beautiful. So originally I was going to park down the other side of the river, and this would have been the way I walked up. And I'm glad I didn't now, just seeing it, because carrying the bags all the way up would have been a nightmare. I don't know how I'm gonna edit any of these because I've been just walking around filming, occasionally chatting to the camera. Probably is going to be a rambly, walky video. I think that large building there is the hospital. These buildings are very pretty. So I think it's working being a bit more confident on the camera. Because at the start of this trip, it was only a couple of days ago, I was very self-conscious about even showing people that I had a camera and I was filming things, let alone talking to the camera whilst people are around. But right now, I don't really care as much. Because, you know, I'm not going to see any of these guys again. Most likely, anyway. Hopefully that means I'll be able to improve on everything else. And eventually maybe make watchable videos. But I'm not holding my breath for that. And this is where those two rivers meet, although one is much larger than the other. The colour of that water is amazing. I'm in the lower part of the town now, and I will start making my way back up, but I want to check out that old hospital building. It almost looks like an old military building. I'm not sure if I'm allowed any closer than this, so I'm gonna head out. Okay, let's head back. This is a fancier staircase than you would expect. I wonder what's in there. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. The contrast between the green park and the colourful buildings is great. And this is the river that runs past the hanging balconies. I've been trying to avoid the names of these rivers because one of them is called, I think, Cuenca, and the other is called Cuenca. I'm not pronouncing either of them right, but it's really confusing. Right, let's start the climb. Oh, good, a seat. These buildings on the right appear to be only like 3 or 4 stories, but they actually sit over the edge of the cliff and extend all the way down to the valley floor. So the other side is about 10-11 stories. Here's another church. These are some of the smaller examples of the high-rises from the other side. The church looks to be refurbished. Oh, these are cute little terraces. I wonder what they use them for. It'd be a good terrace for weddings, I think. They have a light show inside this church, or at least some churches. Risk of falling rocks. I mean, the whole town is perched on a crumbling rock, so I'm not surprised. right to the edge. Well, this is probably the part where it's most dangerous. But it looks steady enough. I'm not going to hang around here for long. And they're obviously doing work to support the cliff. It's a very pretty church. I like the symmetry. I wonder how many people actually get down to this part of town. Let's run through this again and I'll head back up. There can't be too much more of the town to see. It was easier going down. There are so many of these buildings that are bigger on the top than they are at the bottom. And what I've seen for the rest of the town, these will probably be hanging over the edge. Let's take a closer look. I'm sure it's safe enough. And that's more or less where we just were. If you want to know how close things are to actually falling down, just take a look at this. It always amazes me how the first people to build anything on here and did it, and I mean, they obviously weren't scared of heights like I am. And we're back at the main street. Back in the apartment now. Have some rest, get some food for a bit later, and then get an early night. Yeah, tomorrow heading to the airport. So I had to come back out and actually see some of these places at night. I mean, look at this. It's worth having tired legs. I think there must be a museum and a restaurant in there. At very least, it's going to be a protected building. It's a lot quieter than it was earlier. If you do come to Cuenca, you do need to make sure you stay around for sunset. Because much like Albarracin, it completely changes. As the last bit of light is fading in the distance. I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but this is the town hall. Well, that's all for my time in Cuenca. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, if you would like to leave a like and subscribe, then that would be awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.